Hello all, myself Dr. Shanti Verma. In today's lecture, I am going to discuss mobile website designing and mobile application development for subject e-commerce. Let's first discuss the learning objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you are able to understand the different approaches used for the mobile website designing, the differences between the mobile website and mobile app, some best practices and tips for the mobile website designing. Let's first discuss why you need a mobile friendly website. If you aren't quite sure about whether or not it's worth your time to learn about the mobile website designing, you will convince after seeing these different types of the website statistics. It shows that the global mobile traffic accounts for the 15% of the all internet traffic. There are 61% of people have a better opinion of brands when they offer a good mobile experience. There are 50% tablet users who spend more than the PC users, and there are mobile based searches make up one quarter of the hour searches. All these types of the statistics shows that there is a need of the mobile friendly website for all different types of the businesses. Now let's discuss what is the biggest rule for website designing. The first and the thumb rule is a keep it very simple. Basically, our mobile website doesn't need to have a shame kind of the showmanship as your regular full size site, and on a tiny screen and big flashy graphics take up too much space and can result in a snail paced load times. So mobile users simply don't accept these. So you have to make sure and make a goal that your mobile website is very simple, and don't put any types of informations that is extra information. You have to streamline navigation and the layout, keeping things as easy as simple as possible. And that's being said, this doesn't lock you into having an ugly site. There are various tools like CSS3 that is used for the mobile website designers to create some pretty and the attractive graphics with the different features like gradient and drop shadows, letting you have a polished mobile website without a clunky weight of a large graphic files. Now let's discuss what are the different approaches that are used in a mobile website design. Basically, there are two approaches. First is to build a unique mobile website, and second is to build a responsive website. In responsive website, you have to design your existing website and adjust itself for the various mobile designs. There is a one question: which approach is better? So there is no right or wrong answer. It depends on your business priorities to choose which one is better for you. Now let's discuss the first approach for mobile website designing to creating a .mobi site. Basically, .mobi sites are the sites that are specifically designed to be viewed and navigated on the mobile designs, and these are technically suited with any domain and can be viewed on a mobile design, but the .mobi sites claims a superior usability than the other websites. And from a user perspective, .mobi is preferable for because all .mobi site must be optimized for viewing on a mobile device. From a business perspective, there is a solid assortment of both pros and cons in taking the .mobi design route. Now let's discuss different pros and cons of the .mobi websites. Some prawns are it is basically designed for the specifically for the website for the mobile screen, so it's very works very well, and you require minimum amounts of bandwidth to be used and letting sites load very faster. These sites are simply light and then streamlined, and they likely to appear than the .com sites on the mobile searches, and you don't have to need a separate website to adjust the content and to rank for a specific mobile search queries for the when you are using a .mobi sites. Now let's discuss the cons of building a .mobi websites. Basically, you know that you have a two separate website to maintain. That is, one is your regular .com domain, and second is a .mobi domain. So there is a need that these two websites are maintained very very much, and you must have to start the SEO work for your .mobi website from the scratch, and you have the two domains mean you have the increased possibility of the duplicate content, and it might be possible ki you get penalized from the Googles. Now let's discuss the second approach, that is a responsive web design. Basically, responsive web design enables a pre-existing website to resize and readjust automatically from the various mobile devices. There are some technology like CSS3 and HTML5 that make it very easy to design your site to adapt to any devices it's being viewed on, converting the website to a mobile layout for the better viewing. Basically, the responsive web design is a great option and growing very popular day by day for as the web grows. And the Mashable noted that the last year there were accessed and over 2,000 different mobile devices. And these responsive design aims to make your site look gorgeous on all of them. There are some pros and cons of the responsive designs. Let's discuss some pros. There is a one single website adapting to different devices rather than you have to manage the two different website, and there are many responsive website themes available like WordPress that is available under $100, and basically this web responsive web design is a Google recommended method for the mobile website design. Let's discuss the cons of the responsive design. Your site's implementing responsive mobile web design can be slower to load than the .mobi site, and it might be possible the ads often break while being adjusted with the responsive web design. The information architecture and the functionality get screwy. In this lecture, discuss the approaches used in the mobile website design. In the part 2 of this lecture, I will discuss mobile applications. What are the which approach is better for your business, and some tips that adapted for designing in the mobile website, for designing a good mobile website. Uh, Thank you.